Good morning to you, St. Lucia. As always, it's a pleasure having you join us here at the National Television Network, the studios of NTN. I'm Lucia Joseph, and it is Thursday. It is the 4th of November, sweet November. We're getting closer to the 5th. And for that very, very special occasion, I'm not saying anything except to say good morning, Homer.
Good morning to you, Lisa. I see what you did there. Good morning to you, viewers, as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you watching on channel 122, joining us via Facebook and YouTube as well. It's always a pleasure to start the morning with a morning update, just informing you of all the great things happening. And yes, it is the 4th of November. Sweet November, and one of the many observances in November is Business Month. And as we spoke to you yesterday about all the great things happening, or some of the good things happening for Business Month, is Global Entrepreneurship Week. So we are kind of extending on that conversation this morning. That's a good way to put it, right, Lise?
That is the way to put it. And come the 8th of November, the launch is going to take place. It's going to be live right here on NTN. And this morning, we're happy to speak with the country manager for Republic Bank, Eastern Caribbean, St. Lucia. He's Mr. Gordon Julian. And the Republic Bank is one of the many partners in the Global Entrepreneurship Week movement. It is a global movement, and St. Lucia has been making lots of strides over the last 13 years that we've been participating in this global movement. I want to say good morning to you, Mr. Julian. Thank you so much for coming in. It's really good to see you. You brought some energy to the building here this morning.
Indeed.
And I'm not quite sure if it's all about the dollars and the cents, Homer, but that energy came through the door, and we're very happy about that. So we want to get to it. Our time this morning, let's just say, it's a little shortened because, as we informed you yesterday, we do have the press conference coming up with the senior minister for infrastructure, ports, transport, and he is now the new chairman for ECTEL, Honorable Stevenson King. There's a press conference coming up live and right after this program, so you want to stay tuned for that. But we want to ask Mr. Julian about the Republic Bank's participation in this initiative. Why decide to come full throttle and sponsor Global Entrepreneurship Week?
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Herma.
Good morning.
Good morning, viewers and listeners. It's a pleasure to be here. You talk about energy. Well, you know what? I felt the energy, and I feed off your energy.
Oh, we're happy about that.
I also want to say, for those persons out there, viewers and listeners who will celebrate Diwali, happy Diwali day as well. Wow. Republic Bank, as a leading financial institution in the region and in St. Lucia, we see ourselves as playing an important, a pivotal role in the development of the SME sector in our economy. That's micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. We see it as the engine of growth, and as a significant financial institution, we want to support that initiative. Global Entrepreneurship Week is a movement, as you indicated, a global movement that is growing, and it's all about promoting entrepreneurship, supporting them, encouraging them, startup companies, and recognizing the barriers that some of them may face, and trying to overcome those barriers. And we see that as an excellent partnership. Republic Bank, we've been around for 184 years, and we have a legacy of experience in supporting that sector. And we think it's important that we bring that experience to bear in St. Lucia and supporting the movement, the GEW movement in St. Lucia.
Very nice. And in addition to that, mentioning your involvement with supporting MSMEs, can you highlight for us some of the initiatives that you've been a part of or involved in tailored to the development of entrepreneurship?
So we have a long history of supporting the small business sector, and more recently, actually, as we speak right now, there's a program called the Women Entrepreneurial Business Builder Program, that's EBB, that's taking place across the region. And part of that initiative is really supporting women entrepreneurs who are existing entrepreneurs and looking to upsize and grow their business. And there's a program, a fully paid scholarship program that's available to them. And that program is done in partnership with the BPD Associates, which is a leading financial consulting firm out of Trinidad. And as we speak, we have had a high level of interest out of St. Lucia. We are in the process of identifying those persons. So stay tuned, you will hear an announcement in due course. As well, in October 2020, Republic Bank would have signed on to the UN Principles for Responsible Banking. And really what that says really is about the bank sustaining a framework of sustainable development, economic development, and really in terms of our programs and policies, how we support businesses that themselves are embarking on sustainable business development, sustainable practices like clean energy, climate change, and so forth, which is actually consistent with where we are right now, because as you know, there's the COP26 that's taking place in Glasgow right now. Yes. So that's where we're heading. At Republic Bank, we are proud to be part and parcel of that movement of climate change and green, clean energy and so forth, because we believe that in our islands, we are the primary sufferers. We feel the impact of climate change more significantly than the larger countries. So we have to step up and support the reversal of that trend.
And so persons with ideas when it comes to renewable energies, projects that need to go to businesses that need to get into green businesses, Republic Bank is certainly on board in being able to provide the capital to have those businesses start up.
Absolutely. We don't want to just talk the talk, but we want to walk the walk. So while we are signed on to the principles, we want to demonstrate our commitment in actions, and policies have been put in place to support the extension of credit and other technical support that we provide to those entities that are involved in that type of operation, that type of business.
Great. You know, the Republic Bank, Trinidad, and I think of Trinidad as the sort of real hub, if you will, in the Caribbean for businesses, entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. Trinidad is such a bustling place, right. So in terms of while the bank, as strong as it is, and you mentioned how it's existence over 100 years, Thank you. Very, very significant. Thank you for that. Right. That while you are able to give that financial partnership, the capital and so forth, and technical support as well, that's very, very necessary. But in terms of any programs that you may have to be able to do sort of mentorship with entrepreneurs from St. Lucia who may come in, how do you see any avenues for that being able to be created?
And that's a very important question, because more than just dollars, more than just giving a client a loan, I think what entities of that nature, what they need, the the small businesses, yes, is really the nurturing and the support. And what we have, we've launched SME Toolkit. It's a free resource that's available online that has a wealth of resource for small businesses in terms of cash flow, accounting support. How do I do proper accounting for a business? Sales and marketing support, managing growth. How do I upscale my business? So all of those tools and resources, whether it's videos, webinars, different programs are available. It's a free resource available free of charge. All you need to do is just to sign on, and the tool is to get there. You can get there by signing on to our landing page. That's www.republicbankstlucia.com. Or you could go directly to that SME Toolkit, which is Republic's SME Toolkit. That's republicsmetoolkit.com. Right? And again, like I said, lots of resources, free resources available that would encourage the SME sector to visit and utilize, because they help in terms of providing you that level of support as you grow your business or even starting up a business. How do I go about starting a business? Those tools are available for free.
That's wonderful. And is it just open to all customers of entrepreneurs of Republic Bank?
It's open to everyone. Everyone, the general public. All you need to do is to visit the Republic Bank website. And once you get to the landing page, there are some banners. One of the banners take you directly to that SME toolkit. And you can avail yourself of all the resources that's available and utilize it in terms of growing your business. Because we see the SME sector as the engine of growth. And you go through the various stages of development. And the early stages, is very vulnerable. And these businesses require a lot of nurturing and hand-holding and technical support, more than just funds. Another support area that we have is we've signed on to the ECPCG program, that's the Eastern Caribbean Credit Guarantee Scheme. And through that, a lot of small businesses, they have an idea, they have a great idea, they may have cash flows, but they have difficulty in terms of accessing collateral. And the ECPCG program is designed to do just that, to provide collateral support for businesses who have a great business idea, great potential, good cash flows. However, the stumbling block that they face is that they have no collateral to support a bank financing. So this program is designed to provide that level of support to the SME sector. So we are proud to be a signatory to that program, and we expect that going forward we will see more small businesses availing themselves or utilizing that particular program to help grow their business.
Very nice, and I can imagine that comes in handy to entrepreneurs. As you've seen with COVID-19, a number of entrepreneurs are coming out, whether it's out of necessity or using their time to work on those business ideas. And I can see that being one of the great ways that Republic Bank would be helping them. Are there any other ways that you're assisting with that sector?
You spoke about COVID-19, and we've seen a lot of new businesses come about from the COVID-19 situation. Unfortunately, we've also seen some businesses fail, and the key really is for businesses to not only adapt but to innovate so that they can continue to survive beyond COVID-19. One of the things that we've done is really take time to meet our small business, go out there and meet with them, spend time with them, understand what the challenges are. And more often than not, the problem that they have is more than just financing. It's easy to give a small business a loan, but you really need to take some time and understand the businesses and be able to support them in the areas where help is most needed. And we think that we have the capacity, the capability, and the experience to be able to provide that level of support to our small business sector to help them to overcome some of the challenges that they're facing.
You mentioned that some of the businesses would have failed during COVID-19, true. And I think too that a lot of, while access to financing has been a perennial issue for entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, also the fear of failure is very, very great. It weighs on the mind.
Right.
And once a business fails, it means that the relationship that you have if the bank, the financial institution, is also jeopardized.
Right.
So I'm thinking that a lot of people may be home with great ideas, but for reason of those two fears, they won't come forward.
Yeah.
So how is Republic Bank helping to ease those fears, especially when it comes to the defaulting on loans and so forth, because it's a very trying time.
Right.
You may have the most fantastic idea out there, but it may take some time to germinate and really begin to flourish. So how is Republic Bank helping to ease that burden of the minds of our entrepreneurs?
So again, that's an excellent question. In business, there's always risk. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. The key thing to minimize the risk of failure is proper planning. Planning. Do your market research. Make sure that all your dots are lined up. And the bank is there to support you in that effort. Because obviously, you're not only going to be putting your own injection, because you got to put in a capital injection. But you come to the bank and say, okay, I need some support. I need financial support. The bank may be called upon to put in 75%. You put in 25%. The bank doesn't want to lose its contribution, nor does it want you to lose your money. So I think a key thing, a key aspect to that getting started is, first of all, doing your research beforehand, but allowing an independent set of eyes to look at your plans and program. And that is where the bank comes in for its analysis, because before it extends credit, it has to do a detailed analysis of your proposal. So that gives you an idea. It's not just for an opportunity for the bank to say no or yes. It also sort of validates some of your research and your planning that went into it, because the bank can say, you know what, I think that's a weak area, you perhaps need to really relook this area. So once you've gone through that rigor of getting a bank loan, and some people often they criticize the bank for that, but recognize that the bank has a responsibility, has a duty to play, because we don't want people to lose their business, we don't want businesses to fail. So once you've gone through the rigor of that credit underwriting process, where the bank gives you suggestions to tighten up things, then you have a really good chance of making it through. Now, beyond that, after the phones have been extended to you, there's also annual reviews that take place where the bank doesn't just give you the money and walk away. So there are reports that are required on a regular basis, visits from the bank, to sort of ensure that you're on track with your plans and programs. And if all those things are done well, then you have a great chance of success. Success in business is based on discipline, a disciplined approach from the beginning to the end. And if we can instill and get everyone to have that same level of discipline, you will see a higher rate of success in our small businesses in St. Lucia and in the Caribbean.
And so there's a degree of hand-holding that goes along with
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely. And you have to be able to listen to good advice. You know, many of the successful business people around, you listen to their stories, and they'll tell you of the great advice that were given to them by their bankers, by different persons of experience, persons who have gone before them in the business, and they've taken those things on board. And that has helped them in terms of their own successes.
Right. So that should have alleviated the fears. I want to ask you a related question, and that is, Republic Bank, certainly people see it as a foreign-owned bank, if you will.
It's a Caribbean bank.
But, you know, yes, we don't want to have to use the word foreign, but certainly not indigenous, you know, to St. Lucia. How have you, or has there been a challenge in being able to mesh into the community? How are you sort of really humanizing Republic Bank and making it more relatable to the St. Lucian?
Yeah.
I try to ask the question very delicately.
Put it this way. You know, St. Lucia has had a long history, or in the Caribbean, we have had a long history of having banks that are not necessarily indigenous to us. We've had the Canadian banks, the banks from the UK, and all over. So it says to us that we are welcoming, and we accept the fact that you require a good balance in your financial system. And I think that, you know, Republic Bank having its origin from in Trinidad and Tobago, but operating in a number of countries, 10 countries around the region and outside, we see ourselves as a solid Caribbean bank that is closer to home than some of the Canadian or the UK banks. So, and we are vested here. We are committed to the development of not only St. Lucia, but of the region. And I think that we have demonstrated that, and we'll continue to demonstrate that. And our partnership and association with the Global Entrepreneurship Week is just another way of demonstrating our commitment to our economy and to St. Lucia. And we believe that as the small business sector grows, we will all benefit from it, because small businesses, it's a pity having to go. As the small ones, they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and we all benefit in terms of employment and in terms of our economy.
It drives communities. It really, really, really does.
Yep.
Yeah, so you've given us so much information, and I think, specifically with that last point, where not only that you're a bank that operates within the Caribbean, but you care about your customers, and especially entrepreneurs. They will not be left alone throughout the journey. With all of that, I just would like to give you the opportunity, if there's anything we did not ask or closing remarks that you'd like to share with us.
Well, I just want to say here that, first of all, thanks for the opportunity to be on this program. We are really excited with the partnership that we've established with the Global Entrepreneurship Week. We're excited at the prospects. We are in the midst of a pandemic, and it's really tested us as a nation, and particularly our small business sector. And we've seen some successes, we've seen some failures. And we think that, as a regional bank with strong roots and growing roots in St. Lucia, we see our role as integral to the process, to help companies not only adapt, but to innovate from this experience, because the world is not going to be the same. It's not going to go back to how it was. So we want to be part and parcel of that change and that development. We want to encourage solutions to come on board with the Global Entrepreneurship Week. There are lots of activities that are planned throughout the week next week. So we would like to see as many people get involved, because we want the impact to be a lasting one. And we want to see that we want to move the dial and move the needle in terms of the whole entrepreneurship, vibe and feeling and experience in St. Lucia, because we're a country where a lot of us we want to go to university and get a job, and that's it, right? But I think there's a very important role that business development, entrepreneurship plays, and here's an opportunity to really grow and move the dial on that. And I think Republic Bank is going to help and support that growth and that development.
Definitely. I thank you so much for those reassuring words there, ensuring that Republic Bank St. Lucia is a partner in our community, and certainly being able to provide St. Lucians with an opportunity for them to elevate. So thank you so much for that. And also, just to some of what he said, Homer, we have a lot of side things happening. A lot of St. Lucians do side gigs and stuff. Republic Bank is offering an opportunity for you to take that hustle to another level. So thank you so much for that. As we close, Homer, not enough time for the full COVID bulletin, but can we inform our viewers of our vaccination sites? Do we have those available?
I actually can pull that up. But before we do that, Lisa, one of the things that it's important to mention is just a reminder of the curfew for today is at 10 today. So you actually have time.
Confinement hours.
Confinement hours. Thank you for that. Confinement hours today is at 10 o'clock. But just to remind you of the vaccination site for today, it is Thursday. So on Thursdays, you could head over to the V4RC Parish Hall, as well as People's Discount Drugstore on St. Louis Street. That is by appointment, so you can give them a call and see if there's any availability there, as well as the Courts Unicoma in Marisol. You can get vaccinated. There are vaccinations throughout the week, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you could definitely check them out for that. And if maybe you can't make it today and you're looking to tomorrow, Jack Mel Wellness Center, the Grosley Human Resource Center, as well as Toofer Hospital, St. Anthony's Medical Center in Sunny Acres, InnoCare on Clark Street, and that is in VA4. So you could definitely check these two places out between today. Well, these places are between today and tomorrow. And remember, vaccination between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, it's great. And you can also walk into the nearest community wellness center near you. You can make an appointment so you can have that done. You can call up these places that Homer has mentioned. You could also make that appointment perhaps with the next scheduled vaccination dates that they may have, because it rotates. And also confinement, just to remind you that it's 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. on Friday morning. So we want you to observe all the protocols, especially the confinement. It's important because that lessens the time that you have for mass interaction. So please observe all the protocols. Our numbers are continuing to decline. Let's keep it that way. Let's get a handle on COVID-19. So that will do it here for us. Thank you so much for joining Lucia and Homer on this morning. We want to say thank you very much to Mr. Gordon Julian, the country manager for Republic Bank St. Lucia, brought in that special energy to the building. Don't forget, coming up, we stay with us for more live programming. We'll have the press conference with Honorable Stevenson King. Lucia and Homer signing out until tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much.